Hello everyone and welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host Gavin Hatch and this is episode number 117. This week we're over at Universal Orlando Resort at Universal Studios Florida, taking a look at some new things around the park and some updates on Fast and Furious Supercharged. Now, walking over the bridge from City Walk towards Universal Studios Florida's Archway, this is in the morning right before the park opened up. We had some new banners that I've noticed. These were recently added and they are advertising a multitude of things. So let's take a look here exactly at what we have that is new. So one of the first posters is for the advertising of the newest attraction over in Universal Studios Florida, which is Race New York, starring Jimmy Fallon. Now, he is in the Tonight Rider. The Tonight Rider is the ride vehicle that he uses throughout the attraction to race against the guests through New York City, which is it's a hilarious attraction. I really am a big fan of Jimmy Fallon, and his humor is so funny, and it's really, it's all throughout this attraction, from when you walk in to when you leave. His jokes and his humor and just the whole feel of the Tonight Show is really present, and they did a great job with that. Another poster here is advertising the 3 parks now. So of course you have Volcano Bay, the 3rd park, which is the water theme park that is now since opened, and you can see here this new design, this new artwork they have created for marketing with the kind of the icons, the archway, the lighthouse, and now the volcano over at Volcano Bay. So you have all 3 parks there kind of advertised in that poster, and it looks great. There is also, as you're leaving Universal Studios Florida, walking over the bridge, there is a poster here that advertises just the Volcano Bay Water Park, and this is something, I think a lot of guests are seeing and, realizing, oh wait, there is more stuff to do here, so they want guests to upgrade those tickets to multi-day or multi-park tickets. Now, also leaving, I saw that they have a hashtag here, so you'll see this after you leave the parks throughout a whole day of taking pictures. Now Universal wants you to kind of use it, share it on social media. So they have a new hashtag, which is ready for Universal. They have had the Universal Moments one for quite some time now. I'm not sure if they are still using, or if they're using both of those, but I know this is a recently added one, so hashtag ready for Universal. Another poster here is advertising the app. The Universal Orlando Resort app is free, just like the other parks have one. It has your wait times on it. It gives you turn-by-turn directions to attractions, so you don't have to really kind of look at your map and try to figure it out for yourself. It's actually really kind of fun to use, and they use real photos from inside the park to tell you where you're going. And then you can also reserve your spot in line for the virtual queue over at Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon. Now, once inside the park, this has been here for a number of years. It was a digital sign, and it was before they put the monitors, like the TV monitors, throughout the park. And of course, before the app came along, you would actually be able to walk up to this board. They had a TV where you see the Universal Studios Florida logo. That was a TV that had it was a commercials for the parks, and you saw videos of all the rides and things like that. And then on the big screen where it says welcome and talks about the app, that actually was just an actual LED screen that showed wait times. Now, it was still working up until last week, and they went ahead and finally covered it up. And so they have, of course, the logo, the new Universal Studios logo, and then they have a welcome sign. The welcome sign does say, for maps, wait times, and show times. You can download the official app. And of course, there is Xfinity Wi-Fi throughout the entire resort, and it's absolutely free, so you can go ahead and use that while you're in the parks or at City Walk. And it's really easy to use. It doesn't require any passwords or anything, so you can log in to the Xfinity Wi-Fi, which Xfinity is part of Comcast, which owns Universal, so all ties together. Now, again, back to the logo, you can see they have finally updated the Universal Studios Florida logo. Now, they have updated, months ago, they updated the resort logo, and now the Universal Studios Florida has matched. So let's take a look here. So this is a close-up here, a little blurry, but you can see this is what the new logo looks like. It's very sleek. And then we have what it used to look like, and that's what it looked like for a number of years. And then this is going back, I think we've talked about this before on Photo Finds, but they have the old Universal Orlando Resort logo, and that switched over, and this is what it currently looks like. So this happened months ago though, and then now it's just more streamlined. You'll see that they now all have, a similar look to it, which is great. It's very streamlined across the board when it comes to the other parks. So you have Hollywood. You have then, of course, parks and resorts. So it's great. The whole company is kind of just becoming more streamlined, and it's very sleek. I like it. I love the new look. Now, over on Delancey Street, I noticed that they recently redid the storefront here that was for a short time featuring a little facade of the blind pig, which is a speakeasy from the film Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Now, that is part of the Potter franchise, and they put that there during the Harry Potter celebration event earlier this year, and it was there. It stayed after the event, and lots of great photo opportunities. Lots of guests were always taking pictures over there in front of it, and they have since, though, removed it. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, of course, for theming, the Potter stuff should probably stay over in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but it was really kind of a cool find. Not a lot of people knew about it, but it is back to just being the facade for which it was before. Now, over in San Francisco, we have a lot of good construction updates and progress over here at Fast and Furious Supercharged, which is scheduled to open up next year in spring, actually. Now, let's take a look here. You can see this. Like I've said so many times, the building is massive, it's huge, it's going to be a really big ride, and I have no idea what kind of ride system it will be or what it's going to look like really, but the outside appearance, it looks like a rundown old warehouse, which they have done a great job at aging this thing now. So let's take a closer look. You can see here, this is a broad picture. You can see the entrance building and then the show building where the ride vehicles will be housed right behind it there, and that's where the warehouse is. So taking a look here at the warehouse, you can see they have had these faux windows. They are not real windows at all, and they've had them here for quite some time, but the other day walking by, I noticed that they had some that look like they're broken out, which is kind of cool, but the building, like the concrete, really just looks so aged, and like there's lots of rust from water and from the steel frames on the windows. It looks really good. Going back up here to the entrance of the attraction, this is going to be the entrance. They're not going to have the entrance over where the disaster and earthquake entrance used to be. I don't know what they're going to do with that space though. We'll take a look at that in a second, but this is already there. You have the logo for the attraction up here, and of course it matches with everything. Now we also have some new posters. These were added weeks ago, but they are looking really great here. We have, of course, a hashtag for the attraction, and it is coming spring of 2018, so no actual opening date just yet, not even a month, but springtime. Now moving on to where the entrance to Disaster and Earthquake used to be, you can see the construction walls are up over here, still advertising the Fast and Furious Supercharged attraction, but if you take a closer look, you can see they have lots of scaffolding inside here, inside the frame of the building, or the archways I should say, and it looks like they're building or putting up another wall. A faux wall possibly, or just they're adding on to the building. So I'm not sure if this will be maybe a new store, indoor store for the attraction to get merchandise, maybe part of the queue itself, but it is not going to be the main entrance for Supercharged. Now let's take a look here at this video because I wanted to go ahead. This is on the other side of the park, on the other side of the lagoon I should say, and this is just showing you how big this building is. So you can see even the color palette, the colors of the paint job on the building changes based on where you're going to be seeing it from inside the different themed areas, such as over closer to London, and then will change when you're over in the San Francisco area, coming from New York area, the New York streets. So it is a very large building, but again, I just really hope in the coming months here that we get more information, maybe right after HHN or maybe right before HHN, we will get some information on what type of ride vehicle it will be, more concept art. That is what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed sooner than later, because this attraction looks to be very promising. Well, that will do it for this week's edition of Photo Finds. I hope all of you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it, comment below, and I will see you guys next week. Make sure you subscribe to Attractions Magazine, but most importantly, get out, have fun, and enjoy those parks.